The lid goes on, and we're pulled into another reality. Focused, introspective, contemplative, tough, yet vulnerable. We share a collective identity. The history of that identity, well documented. The future of it, unclear. Somebody had to make the first move. And we all knew, more than we know anything in this world, who it had to be. In the immortal words of Bob Dylan, the times they are a-changing. And for us, right now, this is what it looks like. Balanced, sleek, smooth, and above all, quiet. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's back it up a minute. Founded in 1903 by William Harley and brothers Arthur Walter and William Davidson, blah blah blah, come on, what is there that you don't already know about this company? It's one of the pillars of American culture. What's the first thing any Luddite does when coming to America? Rent a Mustang or a Harley.
Where did you get this motorcycle?
It's not a motorcycle, baby, it's a chopper.
Well, it's actually an FXR with a Fat Bob tank and 8 hangers, but who's keeping tabs? Paradoxically, chopper culture was something that HT tried to distance themselves from, but for many of us in the present day, it's how we were indoctrinated. Its lineage diversifying even further when one pictures the T800 and his Fat Boy, or Butch on his chopper. Roots run deep with HT, and that's one of the many reasons why bikers love riding them. Few things light up the soul like riding a motorcycle. Ask any rider who still has their own teeth and can string a sentence together, and they will tell you it's about being out in the elements. It's not about getting from A to B, it's about getting from A to B in the most fun and sometimes dangerous way possible. For non-riders, I liken it to this. Remember the first time you got your first bicycle and you rode down your first hill? Well, we're just trying to keep doing that, but with engines and leather and insurance and that. But even fewer things in life change the gears of the heart like a Harley Davidson. Something about its history, varied and colourful, and the parallels that can be drawn. The US military, the Hells Angels, Bessie Stringfield, Arnie, Easy Rider, Wild Hogs. This is an American company through and through, an institution, and a much beloved one at that. But with the world changing at a rate of knots, technological progress accelerating exponentially at an eye-watering pace, fuel resources seemingly dwindling, taxes, congestion charges, and ultra-low emission zones popping up left, right, and center, where does that leave the Milwaukee 8? Or the 1200 Sportster? Or more importantly, where does that leave us folk? Folk who lovingly and reassuringly wake up our neighbours who are suffering from apathy and indifference with super-y carbs and slash-cut drag bikes. It would seem that Harley has answered that question for us, with this. And my first thought, it's gorgeous. I mean, look at it. And in the orange colorway, it's like it's communicating with you, reassuring you, saying, hey, I know I'm pretty different now, but I'm still a Harley. Look. But I have one question. See, up until now, the world of Harley was fairly unequivocal. Age 35 plus with some disposable income, but a BMW, a Ducati or a Honda doesn't quite cut it or possess the je ne sais quoi you're looking for, buy a brand new Harley. Any of them. Or maybe you're in your 20s and still want to fit in with the old school guys, but don't want to wrench too much. Undoubtedly, it's an Evo. Then you've got your Ironhead guys. Now these guys would love a cone or a generator shovel, but can't quite afford it. But by the time they're done going through it, could have bought both. And taken the kids to Disneyland. Then you've got your panhead, your knucklehead, and your flathead guys, and they all sort of fall under the same category. Wizards. Actual wizards. So that leaves Harley Davidson's brand new addition to its lineup with a gargantuan question mark over its head. Where does it fit in? And the short answer? Exactly where all the other models fit in. Historically, when there's been a question, Harley has responded with an answer. When the car was too expensive and a bicycle too slow, Harley decided to put an engine in a bicycle. When Harley's big twin was under threat from the lighter, quicker, better handling Brit bikes, Harley said time to release the K model, later to become the Sportster. And here we are seemingly at a fork in the road, electric or combustion. And I'm afraid to say the answer to that question hides within the lyrics of a Joni Mitchell song. Do you want to come now or do you want to come later? Some people will say it sounds like a milk float. And pretty much everyone will lament the range and lack of infrastructure, not to mention the price. So let's unpack that. As a Harley aficionado, owner and rider, I'm going to break this to you. No one else likes the sound of your bike as much as you do, but for a few of your riding buddies. The Livewire is an electric bike. There are no explosions inside it. I hereby promise you that you will enjoy the lack of heat and vibration, the effortlessness, the instant power, the fact that you will return home with no oil stains on your jeans. You'll find it almost relaxing if it weren't so fun. And the range and infrastructure? I'm not even going to waste energy on such a trite topic. The opinions on that is in the hands of the influencers, GoPro reviewers, and, well, the government, I suppose. And the price? Yeah, it's steep. But realistically, you're not going to be running out to spend nearly 30k on a bike if you've just passed your test, or don't have a garage, or honestly, if this is your only bike. The Livewire is a showcase to the world, telling us exactly what Harley Davidson can do, what they have in the pipeline, and quite frankly, who's boss. Thanks for watching episode 8 of Blow Out The Cobwebs. A big thank you to Michael Noble and all the team at Harley Davidson in Guildford. We look forward to bringing you episode 9 in the not too distant future, but until then, as always, ride safe.